Hey, yo, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to the first episode of Keys to Victory. And today we got So Icy. And y'all know I got to do it with my guy. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, this your boy Fanatic. We back with another one. Hey, it's time. It's time to talk key to the streets, man. We got the keys. It's time y'all lock in. Let's go.
Absolutely. All right. So the first uh team that we got is So Icy. All right. So you see the keys to victory for So Icy. It's the main thing that they must do. Each team requires a different set of skills that require for them to win. But this is the main thing that So Icy need to do in order to win. They need to make the first tackle. They have to use their speed. They need to use misdirections. They have to have versatility in their run game and be able to pass the football. But most importantly, they got to have better coverage from the secondary. As y'all see, these are the main things that I feel is the keys to victory in order for them to win. But however, since my guy Fanatic on and he didn't give his key to victory, we're going to do that by showing each team side by side. So that's what we want to do. We're going to go side by side and allow my guy to break it down.
To give y'all the real keys, man.
So as you see it, there are some special additions that actually needs to be made. But go ahead and break it down for them just a little bit.
Hey, man. As y'all can see, we got the real deal Georgia Eagles right there. Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. Y'all want to beat the real deal Georgia Eagles? The first thing you got to do is make tackles. You got to make tackles. The second thing, that defensive line, you got to contain. Right? And I'm not talking about just running off the edge. No, you got to press your man. You got to be maybe a step ahead, really containing, really pressing that edge because you got to funnel everything back through the middle for them linebackers, them biting linebackers y'all got. Those are some of the ways that y'all can beat the real deal Georgia Eagles.
Okay, so as y'all see, I think there's another element that wasn't told, but I will give it to y'all. Another key in order for So Icy to be able to beat a Georgia Eagles, the thing is they need to be healthy. As you see when they played versus the Eagles,
Mm.
they was not able to hit those corners. So they need that speed and they need to be healthy. So if they're not healthy, then we're gonna have a little bit of trouble and a lot of problems. So therefore we definitely need to see So Icy, step up when it comes to the secondary. If they don't make the adjustments, we're gonna see them going home really soon, sooner than they would like. The next team is we got the Georgia Falcons. Now, as So Icy beat down the Georgia Falcons when they played them the first time.
That was unnecessary, but go
Okay.
ahead. That was unnecessary,
Ain't nothing
but go
unnecessary.
ahead.
The truth is always necessary. I understand, you want me to kind of be polite. Nah, man. If you don't want something to be said, don't let it happen. That's the way I look at it. Okay. So Icy, as I so eloquently put it, beat down the Georgia Falcons, a team that everybody put on me. I like the team. I knew that they were this good. However, So Icy needs to be able to mimic that same thing. Okay. They need to be able to continue to run the ball. They need to be able to do misdirections. As again, they need to be able to hit those corners the way that they did. They need to be able to pass the ball, right? And that's the thing that I feel is key in order for them to beat the Georgia Falcons again, right? It's not too much. It's not too much to add here because for a couple reasons. They have been struggling. The Georgia Falcons have been struggling, when it comes to the run game. Now, can they make that adjustment? So I'm not sure. But if So Icy is able to implement these things, So Icy should be moving on to the next round if they play this team. So, what's your thoughts, Fanatic?
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you like this. What they gotta do is they gotta run the football. They gotta keep the clock moving because the Georgia Falcons gonna stop the clock a lot. So they gotta keep the clock moving. They gotta be aggressive in the secondary. You cannot be afraid to put hands. And then the most important thing to me, you can't let that quarterback sit. He wants to get the ball out as quickly as possible. So on this game, continue to set that edge, but you got to make sure that you got some pass rush going on.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the next team. It ain't much that we can add. I think So Icy showed that they got the remedy, they got the recipe in order to beat the Georgia Falcons. However, the Georgia Falcons is a bit different now, and they went through more adversity and got through it. So they're a pretty dangerous team, man. But we're gonna go to the next team, and this time we got So Icy versus Bessemer. My guy right here, number one team, favorite team. But if you want to beat that team, this is how you do it. Okay. Here's the keys to victory to beat the Besterman Tigers. First of all, you got to get to the backfield. You got to put tremendous pressure on that passer, on that quarterback. You got to get the number 0 before he get the running. He can't juke you if you already got to him before the ball handed off to him. So you got to use that speed. This is where speed actually win the game. We saw that when it comes to the passing, they actually can become successful. Because as I mentioned, So Icy has not been as dominant in the secondary as other teams. So we want to get to the backfield. We want to make sure we make the first tackle. And this is one of the reasons why I put the keys in there, because there were so many times that So Icy had Bessemer in the backfield, but Bessemer was able to get past that defender because they missed the tackle. So making the first tackle versus the Bessemer Tigers is key. They were getting to the back and they were allowing them to slip through their fingers. And then the next thing, as I told y'all, misdirection. This is where this actually plays a major role into fooling the defense of Bessemer Tigers.
Oh my God, this
Okay,
man
so if
crazy.
you able to do the misdirection, every second count. That's why So Icy was so good. They were slick. They were able to use that 1 millisecond to get through and get past their defenders. So if they able to do those things, I believe that they will be able to wield themselves to victory versus the Bessemer Tigers.
All right, I'm gonna let you know what they really need to do. What they really need to do is pray because they have no chance to beat the Bessemer Tigers. So
You
there's
gotta
no reason to delay a conversation talking about what they can do to beat the Bessemer Tigers. All they need to do is pray that the game is a completable game. And that they could just come to the game and compete and have a great time because there's no chance in hell that they could compete with the Bessemer Tigers.
All right, you got to give something. What is it that they can do to delay the blowout, as you would say?
Now, what they could do to delay the blowout is they got to be aggressive. You got to blitz. You got to blitz because the Bessemer Tigers want to come downhill, right? Um, Zero is speedy, but he can still come downhill. Then they got Big Five in the back. He want to come downhill. Then you don't want to give them an opportunity to sit back there and throw the football. You want to come downhill, and the Bessemer Tigers, if they're not throwing that quick pass, that bubble screen, then they're trying to throw the long ball. They don't have too much of a middle game, so you got an opportunity to actually blitz. But I'm gonna be real, it ain't nothing they can do.
You feel like this is a case of being too small?
I just think that Bessemer has too much. I think Bessemer has too much that we're too big, we're too strong, we're too fast. We have quarterbacks, we have wide receivers, we have everything.
Okay. Well, like I said, y'all use what I said. Make sure that y'all contain the edge. Make sure that you guys that the linebackers are filling the gaps and making sure that they get some actual pressure on the quarterback and into the backfield. I think you guys will be very successful. And I think you guys also saw the remedy and the recipe for when they stopped and pretty much dominated Bessemer in that possession that they held them to I think to maybe 3 4 yard line, then they end up scoring. So if they're able to implement that type of defense, yeah, then they win the game. So we're gonna go to the next group. All right, so you see we got the Dallas Elite Mustangs. Now, all you got to do is really just play the game, play your game. I think that they are physical, right? They are physical. All respect, they are physical, right? I did see that, but I don't think they're fast enough. So this is where speed actually also plays a major role into so icy, being able to utilize that. And if they're able to utilize that, I think it'll be a long night for somebody like the Dallas Elite. If you can't catch the player, like I always say, if you cannot catch the player, you can't tackle the player. So this will be the case versus the Dallas Elite Mustang. So there's not much that you really have to do other than play your game in this regard. I think their defense is good enough to actually stop this team because I don't know Dallas Elite to be a passing team. So this is where it's actually a little bit dangerous for them. So that's just my personal opinion. Anything on this one?
Also, I see got to do is just show up and be themselves. If
So
So
nothing
Icy show up
special.
and be themselves, that's it. Nothing special, nothing hard. I don't believe Dallas Elite is a top 5, 6 team, but they've been there all year. So I don't believe anything is needed to be special. By So Icy, just come and be yourselves, and we're gonna win that football game.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the next one. There ain't much that you have to say about that one. All right, so the keys to victory to be in the dog pound. Score. Once you score, don't let them score. Because
Well, that sounds easy.
hey, here's the thing. When it comes to the dog pound, they're a really good team, but their offense still have not met the level of talent that they have. So all you do is score, like GMU did last year, right? And you win because I don't see their offense being as potent. So if I understand, I think if I'm not mistaken, Dog Pound has played so icy, and Coach Cal did say that them boys was hitting, so I give them that. But that's just that. We've already seen the Twin Cities. They did win a championship by being all defense, and they end up scoring while they were on the defense. But how likely is that you hold somebody like so icy to not being able to score? So the keys to victory for so icy is to score and just play good defense. You can win 6-0 versus the dog pound. And that's just no disrespect. It's just that I don't believe in their offense. So whoever has been the offensive coordinator, I think you need to add about 10 more plays to the 3 that you run, and you'll be good. I think
Oh my God,
yeah,
this my answer right
I
there.
think
Ah, he
I
didn't
think
say anything.
I think you good. You're like y'all good team, like good defensive team. Y'all smack everything, but you're not going to hold a team like that to being scoreless. That's the one thing that I can assure you. So IC offense is a really good offense. They're going to score, almost assuring that they're going to score. So I don't know what you have to add to that, but go
I
ahead,
would
man.
say special teams, bro. Special teams. Um, I think we see a lot when special teams are going to come into play. They might can't score the football, but they can scoop a ball up and run it back. So special teams is something that has to be taken seriously.
Okay, so they gotta tighten up. So I see have to tighten up on special teams versus the dog pound.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, so that's that, man. So now we're gonna go to the last one, man, for the keys to victory for So Icy.
I know they're going to UTN for sure, but I don't
All
know if they're
right, so
going
this is
to.
a woulda, coulda, shoulda been, keys to victory. This is the Duvall Jags. Had they played the Duvall Jags, the keys to victory basically would have been, so Icy. This is where the speed, misdirection. This is where secondary is important when it comes to that team, right? This is where they have to bring out a little bit more tricks in order to basically dominate a team like the Duvall Jags. I think they're a really good team, but I don't think the coach understood that. So they going to TNU. They're going to TNU. I think that
Oh my
going to TNU.
God.
So you know
Oh
they
my
wanted,
God.
they wanted to duck the smoke. You know what I'm saying? They going to
Hey,
TNU.
bro.
So that's just my keys. Unfortunate that they didn't decide to stay in the YNC, where I believe they got some either YNC
And, and,
or
and
AYL.
hopefully it's not true. Hopefully
Hopefully it's not
Duval
true.
Jags is going to the YNC,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Rumors have it. So
hmm
hopefully we see a really good Duvall Jags plan. I'm not sure. Oh, matter of fact, they got a good game that's supposed to be happening this week, if I'm not mistaken. Them supposed to be playing versus Woj. And yeah, man, we looking forward to see the victor of that game. And so, it is what it is. But I really like this team. I think the Duval has been a really good team from last year. And in fact, I don't think nobody will actually want to play this team more than So Icy, because So Icy got put out last year by the Duval Jags. That's Duval, right? I think by
absolutely.
Duval after going down there to beat Duval, but Duval Jags end up beating them when it counted. So this year they got to make sure that they use every bit of that speed when it comes to playing versus the Duval Jags. They're not a slouch. They have not been much on the radar, but they definitely got the players. So make sure y'all taking this serious. Make sure the secondary is good. Make sure we good on special teams. Make sure that you guys are putting pressure on the quarterback and making sure that you guys are making the first tackle. Okay, those are the keys to victory when it comes to So Icy.
I
So
agree.
as we go, I want to do just a little. I just want to give a little breakdown, far as the video wise, because it's easier to say something, but when you actually see the things that So Icy can do, then you will see why we actually have the keys that we had displayed today. So let's go to the breakdown. So as you seen here,
Great blocks, man. Everybody's hitting every block. Nobody misses a block. Great seal. And now it's on the running back. Make a move, get out of there. Make a move, get out of there. Make a move, get out of there. Great, 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 great. I love to see that.
and then the other key is getting the extra points. That's going to be key. Not just scoring, but you have to get the extra point. But as I mentioned to you guys, although he dropped the pass was there. Luckily,
Wow.
he missed it. So they have to be stronger in the secondary. Okay? Have to be stronger in the secondary.
Yeah, that's a missed tackle. But again, I don't like the play because why are we double teaming right there? There's no need to. So I see has to win one-on-one blocks.
So as you see, as we talked about hitting those corners, this is a prime example right there where that millisecond, that split millisecond, just to be able to hit the corners is very important. It's key for every team that they play against. And again, extra points is going to play a major role. And so, as
I
I
agree.
told you, secondary. We cannot lose like that in the secondary. Okay. As the other thing that we mentioned in the beginning, passing, the ability to pass, to be able to mix it up. See, these are all the things that is important for So Icy to do. If So Icy can do this, So Icy will be hoisting literally that championship at the
No, that's
end.
not what
At the end of
that ain't what we said, Hoss. That
yeah,
ain't what we said.
that's what definitely what we said. If So Icy is able to execute all of the things that we just broke down, the keys to victory, as you can see, each team require a different set of skills in order to win that game. But if So Icy is able to do the things that you just saw on the breakdown, So Icy would definitely be hoisting that trophy at the end of YNC. So those are the keys to victory. Hopefully, y'all like the breakdown. As you can see, Fanatic do what Fanatic does, which is hate, unless it's Bessemer. But those are,
Biggest.
yeah, so those are NSC keys to victory, right? If they able to do that, you would be seeing them holding the trophy at the end of the game, at the end of the year. So, hey man, I thank y'all for tuning in. That's all we got for now. Make
We out of
sure
here.
y'all go subscribe to Fanatic Media _ on Instagram.
So
Shout out to the guy who's responsible for bringing his production tonight, TOV Sports. Make
the
sure
GOAT.
y'all tap in with him. And that's all we got for tonight, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to our first Keys to Victory. We out. Hopefully, y'all like it.
We out of here.